Greetings. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm the Moon Mama. How are y'all doing today? Well, we are moving right along as we always do. I just love the universe and how it never stops. It doesn't matter what's going on. I feel like some of my greatest lessons have been recognizing that when I have been in the deepest, most darkest seasons in my life, that the universe just keeps right on going. There have been times that I've gone to sleep at night. This is so like I don't have it. I don't keep any secrets here, but there have been times when I've gone to sleep at night feeling so heavy-hearted and so filled with despair that I will say to God, or that I have said to God. I don't do this anymore. When I was younger, I did. So dramatic. Oh, take me in my sleep. And then I wake up the next morning and I'm like, shit, I'm still here, because the universe doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. And, I remember when my mother died, I remember being on a bus going to work, like after my mother died, and thinking, my mother just died. And people are still moving and doing their thing, and it didn't matter. That's the universe. And that's the beauty of it, because you can always decide at any moment to pick up and just keep right on going. You don't have to allow life to get the best of you, because there's something to go. There's something to do. There's something that is next, and the universe will keep going. It's like, the escalator, how it just keeps right on going. And if you get stuck on it, or if you're anything, it's going to just pull you, because it's just going to keep going. And that's how the universe is. And so today is Wednesday, and Wednesday is a day governed by Mercury. I am currently, and every morning I have been doing a yoni steam. I'm currently sitting on my yoni pot now, and the thing that it's giving me, I use various herbs. So like today is a Mercury day, and an herb, lavender is a Mercury herb, lobelia is a Mercury herb. Mercury governs the lungs. It also governs the nervous system, right? So it's that energy that is closest to the sun. The planet Mercury is closest to the sun. So it takes in a lot of light, a lot of information. And so it's running a lot of light through its system. And so when I use the herbs and I sit with them in my yoni pot, my body is able to acclimate. I bless the herbs, I thank them, I give honor for them, and then I ask them to help my body heal. And Mercury is about information. It's about being able to take in information. It's about being able to process information. It's about being able to communicate. And the Mercury in Aquarius is this energy of taking in new knowledge, new technologies, right? And Mercury is currently in its shadow. So Mercury is going to be retrograding on the 31st. And so if you're interested in registering for the Mercury retrograde class that I'll be teaching, it will be on February 2nd. The link will be ready this evening, and it's $66. And the thing that we're going to be working with Mercury is, because Mercury is our mind, it's our connection to source, it's our connection to the light, and in Aquarius, it's the mind of God. Aquarius is governed by Uranus, and it's the mind of God. And so really what we want to begin to do is be able to anchor our vision, the God-given vision, the God-given blueprint that we were born to fulfill. We want to anchor it to the earth realm. So that means that you have to remove the blocks. You have to look at who you've been up till now, and how you've been listening and how you've not been listening, and really do the work to tap into your higher self so that you can know what you're up to here. One of the things that I'm so clear about is that many of us are so distracted by work and money and what he said and what she said, and like our energy is just being siphoned off in so many ways that don't really honor our commitment here. And, that's really okay. One of the things that is so fascinating is just learning that if we don't get it right this time, we get to come back and do it again. This is the only game going on. So if you miss your mission this lifetime, so what? You come back and do it again in another dimension, or another, like the energies or the frequencies that are yours to fulfill, they're with you always. You cannot get away from them. So if you don't do the work this lifetime, that's okay. You just come back and do it the next lifetime or in another dimension. Or I remember when I was really young and depressed, I was always kind of contemplating suicide. And I had a therapist that I used to talk with about it. I'd be like, oh, I just would have visions. I'd be like, it's this vision of me with the gun and the blood on the wall. And she looked at me and she was like, that's okay. You could do that. She said, because you'll go to the other side and you won't have a body. And then you won't be able to really work out the stuff that you need to work out. So, that's not really the solution, but I get why you think so. And it just snatched me. When she said that, I was like, oh, this is the only game that's going on and we're doing it no matter what. It's like, if you have a kitchen sink full of dirty dishes, they're just going to stay there until you wash them. So whatever your generational trauma is, if you don't heal your generational trauma, your children will have to heal your generational trauma. So you either do the work or somebody else does it. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, right? You get it. So today is a Mercury day and Mercury's about to go retrograde. So we're looking at, we're doing the spiritual work to really access our blueprint, our deepest vision, like who we are here to be. What are we here for? What's going on? What are we here for at this time? Many of us can feel it. Many of us are in an experience of awakening and ascending. And so if you are, then this day is an opportunity for you with Mercury at the 25th degree of Aquarius. The 25th degree is desire. Oh, it's so powerful. And the thing about it, desire is something you can feel. That's why I've been doing these yoni steams, because women, the feminine, carries desire in our sacral chakra. And it shows up as sex, right? It's like you desire to have sex, but really it's the desire for creativity. It's the desire to be creative. It's the desire to be used by the divine. It's the desire to be a vessel for God's power and God's love. That's what desire always is, to experience the divinity, the power of creation within you. And so you might desire a job, you might desire a partner, you might desire a child, you might desire to travel. And all that is a desire to know yourself and to know God and be connected in a deeper way. And the thing that's important to understand is what you desire is also desiring you. And why is that? Because God is everything. There is no place where God is not. Everything is made in the image and likeness of God. And so the frequencies that live in us, inside of us to desire, those frequencies live in the thing that we desire too. And it's almost like magnets being pulled to one another. A few years ago, I had this incredible experience of watching this television show. And I was watching the show, and at the very last season on the shows, a show called Compersion on YouTube. And the very last episode, he was in the show the whole time, but he opens the door and my heart opened and I went, like my heart popped. It went, pew, and I went, oh my God, what a handsome man. And later on that evening, I was talking to a girlfriend of mine and she's like, oh, I'm going to such and such's house for Thanksgiving. Do you want to come? And I was like, okay, cool. Thanksgiving was going to be in 4 days. And so that Thursday came, that Thanksgiving, and she came and she was like, we're leaving soon. I was like, I don't think I want to go. And I heard a voice in my head say, you should go. You're going to meet somebody. And so I got dressed and I went. And when the door opened, the man who I saw in that television show where my heart popped was sitting at the table. And this is what I'm talking about. This is desire, how I felt something and the universe, the something was in him and we both met at the same moment and, in time and space. So what you're desiring is desiring you, and it is magical and it is mystical and it is powerful, but you have to remove your blocks. You have to remove your fears, your doubts, your worries. You have to remove the question in you that's, like skeptical. You have to remove that stuff because all of that stuff blocks your capacity to be able to go into the mystery and discover what's for you. The moon today is in Cancer and at the 23rd degree. And Cancer is about self-care. It's about your feelings. It's about what's going on inside of you. It's about securing yourself, nurturing yourself, caring for yourself. And at the 23rd degree, the moon is it's randomness. It's like really getting deeply connected to yourself and knowing that no matter where you are, no matter what's going on, you are with yourself and you have yourself no matter what. And you are enough. And you are the creator and you are sourced through God. It's this deep understanding that all is well within you. That all is well. And that is such a profound revelation to live inside of, that all is well, because there's so much chaos here. There's so much going on. And so in the midst of it, in the midst of all the chaos, can you know that, yes, there is chaos here and all is well? So with Mercury at the 25th degree of Aquarius, we are working with this understanding that our minds are the mind, right? To perceive that all there is God. And so everything that you desire is in alignment with your highest and best good, because that's all that God would have for you. God wouldn't have anything else but your highest and best good. And then this moon in Cancer is really trusting in that and knowing that all is well, because God is all there is. So you don't have to fret, you don't have to fear, you don't have to worry. You can just trust and rest in the reality that all is absolutely well. So for those of you who would like to join the Rebirthing the Authentic Self class, that class will include the Mercury retrograde class. That is a year-long class, the Rebirthing the Authentic Self. It will include every Mercury retrograde for all year. I will always include the Mercury retrogrades in those courses. That course is $97 a month. And if you'd like to just do the Mercury retrograde course, you can send me a private link and I will send you a private message and I will send you the link to the Mercury retrograde class so you can register. I'm getting it ready. It's a little bit of arduous work, so I'm getting it ready. We're going to be working on igniting the vision. The vision, what are you here to do? What are you born for? What you came here for something, right? I know I came here for something. And so the more we can begin to do the query, the deeper questions inside of ourselves, the more our missions, our purposes will be revealed to us. And that's a process. It's not an intellectual process. That's a deep spiritual process. And I have created a container, rituals, processes that allow you to go into yourself so that you can discover those things. Peace and blessings. Have a beautiful Mercury day. I'm the Moon Mama. Bye-bye.